We are live.
Yeah, we're alive and
Wow.
live.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, that pops up after a couple seconds,
I see now.
and usually notifications the phone.
Notifies you of the notification.
Yeah,
Oh, well, there it goes.
there's something on there.
Someone just told me that we're live, and it might have been the
Audio works.
ah. Isn't that a brand?
There's Urban Audio Works.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I like nostalgic car audio, the classic brands, even the ones that didn't last, the cheaper ones from the 90s and 2000s. I don't know what everyone else feels about them. And also the crossover not actual crossovers, but the co-marketing stuff, like Polk and Momo teamed up. Do you remember the Polk Momos?
Mm.
We did subwoofers, high-end component sets,
Oh yeah.
and all that sort of thing. And I liked it. I like that sort of thing. Um, don't know what other people think, but we can ask them if they want.
When you join in, if you're just joining us,
Yeah,
you can let us know what you think.
yeah. About old audio brands. If you're new, let's say you're 20 years old,
Oh yeah, you missed out.
you weren't around then, so nostalgic to them is what's happening now. There's
Hmm.
no, I don't know. When I was 20 and 21, that's when I was switching over to MTX. So for me, the nostalgic stuff was from when I was like 12, 13, 14 with my 60IX, like
Hmm.
the Black Rockford stuff, which was, the early to mid 90s. So talking 8 to 10 years
Count
beforehand.
6, 8 to 10 years. Count 7, 8 to 10 years.
I don't know what
Count
that
eight,
is.
8 to 10 years. No,
No, I don't know what that is.
Malcolm X.
I knew he was a person.
Yeah, it was in the movie.
The one with, it was Jamie Foxx in it.
No, you're thinking of Denzel Washington.
It was Denzel. Okay, I haven't seen that one. Anyway, hi guys. We're from Spark Innovations.
Hey, Ed and Rich. Hey, Tiffany.
Yes, we are Ed and Rich, and we're doing our live Wednesday thing. Rich hasn't been on this in like 2 months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Something like that. We can talk about a new product which has to do with voltage. We have another one out there in the world that has to do with amperage. If you have seen that, both have to do with power and more power, baby.
Yeah.
So we have things out there. We have other things in the works. We can talk about our philosophy of power and voltage and all that as well, and why it's important to measure these things and know about them and all that.
Yeah. Oh, before we do that, I would like to give a shout out to Tiffany and Tristan. Um, they are from Barbados, and SQ Sounds is their company. They are now a distributor of Spark Innovations product through the Caribbean. So we'd like to welcome them aboard. And they actually were at the U.S. Virgin Islands at a show um, this past weekend, and it was funny. I was watching it with my son and my daughter, um, and the accent. If you guys remember the shrunken head from Harry Potter and the bus, he has that like take it away, Ern. I don't know if it's Jamaican or what you would call that.
Like a spin on that sort of style.
Yeah. And so the guy that was on the microphone sounded exactly like that guy. So all the entire time in my head, I'm hearing that, and so I'm repeating it, and my son's getting a kick out of it because I'm pretty good at making impressions. If I hear something, I can usually replicate it. And so this one that kept cracking him up for some reason, he goes, "Oh, we waiting for a ride," or something like that, and I just kept repeating that. And for some reason, the more often I said it, the more my son was laughing to the point where he couldn't breathe and he almost peed himself. So that was a wonderful time. And looked like a successful show. It's actually kind of amazing. They get a ferry to take the vehicles on a ferry, like to different islands, which isn't a problem here. So I didn't even know that was a logistical problem. So that's kind of neat. So yes, welcome to Tiffany and Tristan from SQ Sounds. They're going to help, you know, increase our presence throughout the beautiful paradise that is the Caribbean islands.
Thing we try to do as a for people in general, more One way to do that was products, or is products, more universal products. That's kind of what this is. So it's great that
You
we
can't
bring
really see
on
it, yeah.
dealers of new areas, distributors in new areas, and all that. But it's also great for people in this area that don't notice us or need our stuff to have something. So, do you want to show this and we could talk about that?
Yes, yes. For those of you joining us, we are going to show you a product that is relatively new. It is a USB car charger, which sounds simple enough, but it is. It's got power delivery protocol. It's got QC, which is quick charge, and then it also has PPS, which is programmable power supply. And
Hold it still for a second; it might focus.
Okay.
No.
And as you can see, it's changing color. Right now, it's like a purple, then a pinkish, bluish, reddish, all colors of the rainbow. Let me see how close I can get it.
Oh, I hear bass outside.
Bass in your face.
Yeah, our webcam's not focusing too well.
It can't focus,
but
it's got ADHD.
There you see. So it's plugged in right now to the power port or cigarette lighter plug of our test dash piece here, reading the voltage from our little power supply. So this is a car charger, which will support fast charge, the latest fast charge protocols, but the voltmeter in it. Now, you've been talking to people, Rich, that aren't necessarily in our world of custom car stuff,
right?
On the importance of why you might want to read that or what you can use it for.
Yeah, I gotta show you the guys the body too. There was a question from Louis. Yes, Louis, this is the one with the clear barrel. You can see the electronics inside.
So why a voltmeter?
So, okay, I had this conversation with my family at dinner time when I was with mom and dad's house, all my siblings. My sister had bought a couple of these, and they're like, what, because she's not a car person. It's like, how would you know what to use it for? She actually knew that just by plugging it in and watching the voltage, she didn't know that your voltage should go up to 14 volts, 14.4. She thought it was a 12-volt battery. Cars run on 12 volts, it's a 12-volt battery. So why is it up at 14.4? Well, that is the proper charge voltage from your alternator, especially when your vehicle first starts up. It basically gets your battery ready to receive a charge, and then it eventually drops down depending on temperature and other parameters. But this is something that she found out, within minutes of having one of these things plugged in. And so I said to her, and this was my answer to the family, let's say you're driving around on the same commute daily, and you've been watching this for like a week, and you notice that when you first turn it on, it goes to 14.4. After a minute or two, it drops down to 14, and then after a certain while, you're back down into like 13.6, 13.5, and you're used to that pattern as you're driving. And either as the weather changes, let's say it gets cold, or let's just say it stays the same temperature, but you start noticing that the voltage at those times that you're normally driving it changes. Let's say they start to go a little bit lower than normal. And you might suspect that there might be something happening with the electrical system. That could be the charging system, the alternator, could be the battery, maybe lost a cell or something like that. So you'd be able to tell in advance if some of the equipment is starting to go before you have a catastrophic failure and you're broken down on the side of the road, or you're trying to get to work, your car won't start and you don't know why. This could be an indication of potential issues down the road, something that you wouldn't have known before. And this kind of brings that technology, even though it's a simple technology, brings it into your vehicle and makes it accessible to the average user. Whereas, I mean, even though we look at it as simple, like it's only a voltmeter, usually people look at it that, oh, that's the mechanic's job. You know what I mean? Like he takes care of figuring out what I need and whether or not my car is operating properly.
But it's a good, simple unit,
yeah,
to be able to tell something that's important about your vehicle.
Yes, Tiffany did not order enough of these. These we're selling several at a time, and they're coming from brand new customers.
Well, especially two car households and stuff
yeah,
like that.
they're coming from like not car audio people. They're coming from brand new customers.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of neat because we're being exposed to different markets,
Yeah.
markets maybe that aren't even car audio related. So this is definitely really cool. Obviously, we're excited about it.
And I want to have some ask you some of the FAQs on it.
Yes.
So here's the listing on the site, everybody. They should be able to still hear me while this is shared, I think. So one question is, we see the colors here, right?
I think you can. Yeah, I'll just double check so you can make sure you hear.
You can hear? Okay. We could have someone in the comments also tell us.
Yeah.
Depends on if they want to answer that or not.
Okay.
Can anyone hear me?
Can you hear
and
me?
if they can't hear me, then they might not answer.
Bass.
So we don't know.
Can you hear me?
They hear me. Okay. So you see all these different colors here, right? Can
Yes.
I choose that?
Okay. So fortunately, no. The way this is designed is there's no touch interface, there's no button. So therefore, it simply cycles throughout all of the colors. There's also no way to turn that off. We were thinking of taking some of the feedback from this model in the future and making some adjustments. As you can imagine, creating this tooling wise, development wise, there's a cost associated with that. So making adjustments will also take time and cost money, but we're gathering a lot of intelligence, finding out what people like best about this, and we can use any of the creative feedback to make improvements moving forward. We also were just kind of trying to test the market, see if this was something that people wanted, and obviously now we know it is. Like it. So it's going to be interesting moving forward. And that's one of the things I'm going to try and integrate somehow is a selectable color. And
that might be on Gen 2, but right now this is it's cool that it cycles through. It's on a slow cycle.
Yep.
Here's another FAQ. Will the fast charging hurt my phone?
No, it will not, and I'll tell you why. The reason that they have these protocols, if you guys are familiar with Qualcomm, they're a chip manufacturer, and they're in a lot of the phones that are out there. They developed what's called quick charge, and that's a protocol, a way of the charger to talk with the phone, and the phone to say, all right, I can accept this amount of voltage and this amount of current at this rate for this period of time, and it'll be safe, right? And that firmware can get updated later on. So if there's improvements, there's different algorithms that will tell through integrated circuits, basically computer chips, what and how and all that stuff between the charger and the battery, so that it maintains a healthy life. So basically there's PD, power delivery, QC, quick charge, and PPS, which is programmable power supply. This supports all three protocols, and so therefore if you have an Android, an iPhone, or a Nokia, like an old phone or something like that, if those protocols are in those phones via software, then they'll be supported. And it basically is a way for this to talk to the phone, identify itself, say, hey, I support that protocol, I know what to do, and the phone says, oh, okay, well then I can accept this much. And so therefore it never gets overcharged or charged too fast.
That's thermal protection in it too. Modern phones are wonderful. Now I have another FAQ that has been asked on this. If someone has a large stereo set up with multiple batteries, lithium batteries, is this the way to go to monitor those batteries?
Not really. So this is more for a casual user. The reason that we would want to stay away from this on a massive car audio scale is that the location of the 12-volt charging port, or the cigarette lighter adapter, wherever, depending on the vehicle, depending on the year, it could be going through the body control module, the BCM, or just any circuitry that regulates voltage. You may not be getting an accurate reading at the battery if that's what you're looking for. And in car audio, depending on your what you're trying to monitor, you would want to select the exact location that you're trying to monitor. Some people will buy more than one volt voltmeter to see what's the voltage at the alternator, what's the voltage at the batteries, what's the voltage at the amplifiers, and see the differences if there's any drop. Whereas this, you're limited to one location, and there's no guarantee of where that location is drawing from. So it's a good indicator in terms of consistency over time, understanding your vehicle, how it charges, at what times during the car's cycle of starting and then driving, all that stuff. Also over different temperatures. So if it's cold out, you're going to notice these numbers are slightly different. And by watching that pattern, you'll understand the health of your vehicle. And that's really what this is handy for.
Yeah. And on screen right now, I have what we now called our installed models. This is a USB charger that will get hardwired into the vehicle. It doesn't go through the actual power port. You would run wire. You can run a probe, a lead directly to your battery bank or your amplifier, but it also has USB charging built in. This doesn't support all the latest protocols of fast charging, but it gives you 2 USB ports and an on-off switch with a voltmeter in there. So that'll be more accurate to aftermarket battery banks, but it's not as convenient for anyone with just a regular car that they want to read, off of your vehicle's battery.
Correct. Yeah. So this would be more of a convenience and a supercharged version of the car charger. The one that you just saw, that will do 5 volts and 2.4 amps of current per port at max, whereas this could enable as much as 12 volts at 3 amps. Okay, so it'll do 5 volts, it'll do 9 volts, and it'll also do 12 volts. And depending on, like I said, the make and the model of your phone and its particular protocol, this could unlock a level of charging for your phone that a just standard passive charger would not. So that's the benefit of this having, and you can see the IC chip.
I see the IC chip.
It's so basically this is programmed.
Your program.
And then the phone will see that and be like, aha, give me 12 volts at 3 amps.
They talk to each other. Sometimes
or 3 amps at 12 volts. Yeah.
So we got Louis from California, it looks like.
LA. Oh, it's been a while, man. How you doing?
Ashley Reed Hart. And Jason Monroe says the E10s. So if you don't know, we do have a big batch of Sundown Audio E-Series version 4s. And he got a pair of the 10-inch. So we refurbish them here. We don't recone. We don't have a recone service. We are refurbishing a batch of E-Series woofers and selling them through the site right now. So if you want a low-cost set of woofers that are built right, perform well, it's a good solid performer from Sundown, we got those. And so thank you, Jason. We do appreciate the business and support there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
But
no, I was reading something from before.
Oh, an old comment. We got Anton. What's going on, Anton?
Hi, Anton.
And David in the house.
David Million. Oh, yeah.
I'm making that. Does he know how long it takes to make the custom panels? The paint is drying down.
Yeah, I said 1 to 2 weeks. It's usually
okay. David, I am making your panel right as we speak. There's some coatings drying on it right there. So
when will you update the conductor speed? That's already been done, Walker.
It is. The current one reads at 10 hertz, 10 times per second.
That's the refresh rate, yeah.
And we didn't want to go faster because then it's all over the place. So
yeah, it's like okay when it's at 3 digits, but when it's like 0.99 or even 0.9, the numbers just go. Yeah. So you don't want to go too fast. Now, I will say that though we don't sell the white ones, the upgraded ones separately, we are offering the green, red, and blue separately with the upgraded chip, but that's only available through our dealers. And as of right now, I believe the only ones that have purchased those there's Showtime and Sky High, and I'm not sure if they've received them yet. So this is an ongoing thing. The white ones that are being built and shipped to dealers right now will have the upgraded white ones, and then the upgraded red, green, and blue will be available as separate add-ons, and they will come through our dealer network.
Yeah. So if you are, I want to address something directly. There's a few people that say, I'll wait till you have them. I want to buy direct from you. And I appreciate that you want to support us like that. However, this is a product that is naturally just going through the dealer network. We get sold out right away to our dealers. We have a dealer network for a reason. We want to be the best U.S. manufacturer of our designs and products as best as we can. And the sales support and staff from our dealers is what will help us grow and reach those goals as being a great U.S. manufacturer. So support our dealers. That's the best way to support us as well. Our dealers will have these. We don't have them. So don't wait on it. If you are waiting, it's probably best to just go ahead to one of our dealers. Again, I appreciate the support and I understand it, but we have some great dealers out there that do have these in stock right now. You can see the price and the information on our site as I got shown up on the screen here. This is the display. Is this a page? What's it doing there? There we go. So if you notice this one, if you have some from the first batch, the plate itself that the display is in is plastic for that first batch of 100. The new ones, it's aluminum. So the new ones
or aluminium.
Yes, any new one you buy will come with the aluminum plate. But if you are part of that old batch and you want to upgrade, it is available to upgrade. You want me to switch screens? Oh, there. Okay. So we have one mounted there. We have the picture there. How do I back out of this picture?
How do you back out of the picture?
Yeah.
That's okay. I just want to show them the stainless steel screws that we'll be offering with these that fit nice and flush.
Yep. So that is the conductor, which is an ammeter built into a distribution block for your ground wires. So that's pretty cool. That's our other new product that is out right now.
All right, let's see. Anton, he feels like he's conducting himself currently. Haha. It's funny. David is very funny. David has got a great sense of humor.
Unacceptable.
He's just like, so he's like you. He says things that you
to be absurd.
No, that you're not sure if he's joking or not, and then you wait in suspense to find out whether or not he's joking.
Like when I say that I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. And because I'm usually pretty gullible, I fall for it every time. See, can I just buy the LED by itself?
The LED,
you mean the display? No. The way that we're going to be selling these, everything's going to be assembled. The only things that we're doing the LED by itself is for replacements, like OEM. I'm not OEM. Warranty replacements. So we have some set aside for that purpose, but yeah, we're not selling just the displays.
Well, they come with the plate.
Yeah. That's what I think he's asking. Can he just buy the insert and plug it in, plug it out? And we're not offering it that way.
Yeah, it will come assembled in the plate. You can pop it out yourself if you didn't want the plate. Like if you were going to install it in your own console or something custom that you're going to make, you can modify it that way. You can take it out of, but it will come with a plate. It's just if you wanted to buy it without a plate, it costs the same. So
yeah. Guy says he thinks these are going to be a game changer. I think you're talking about the conductor, and we think you might be right. The whole purpose of this thing was to offer another accessory to the market that, I mean, if you knew what you were doing and you knew what parts to get, you might be able to finagle something together.
But you could build your own woofer if you order coils and spiders and all separate. But
so we like to make everything come in a package, make it look really nice, and then function well, and then come with a warranty. In addition to that, we're also looking into the future and figuring out ways to make it even more useful. So right now, I'm in the process of working on developing a hold feature, a hold release feature. So let's say you're in the lanes, you hit hold, and then it's a peak hold. So you burp your system, you can see the max amount of amps that were drawn during that run. And then I'm also trying to work on an average, a trailing average, maybe 10 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe both, so that you can hit a button and then see the average number. Let's say you're playing a song and you want to see what the average draw is over the duration of that song, or the duration of 10 seconds or a minute. And then you can kind of say, oh, okay, so my system generally draws 430 amps during this entire song. You know what I mean? So that'll help you to plan for your power system, your charging and your discharging. That will give you that intelligence, that information that you would need. And
what
then
if your system drew Jones?
Yeah, you could do that too. And then we're also going to be working on a smaller, maybe like a half version, I guess for
500 amps or something.
maybe like one lead in and out, like a single fuse holder or something, or maybe two, and then a larger version, which is like maybe 2,000 amps or maybe a little.
That one
higher.
might be difficult to.
That's why we're working on it, right?
Yeah.
So these are the reasons that it's good to deal with a company like us, because not only are you backed by the warranty, but we will constantly innovate and come up with new cool stuff. And we try to have everything that we make work with itself, right? In one way or another, so that you can take one of our switch panels with the switches, hook them up to our 18-foot cables, plug those into a relay box, then take our relay box, run it to our Speedy fan controller, and then have it go from Speedy to our fannies, our fans, to control the speed of the fans.
Everything can work. Not everything, but a lot of things that make sense can work together. Integration.
Integration. And then we're also going to have, in the future, hopefully, an integration into the dash somehow, so that we can not just have the conductor display separate from the voltmeter, maybe some way to integrate everything. We're not sure exactly how yet.
Hey, Cigar Joe.
But that's where our heads are going. And we try to be constantly thinking, 3 to 5 years down the road.
Yeah. There's a lot of things in the fire that is iron.
Yeah.
Some things don't happen. To be honest, we have a long drawn out feasibility study process. And sometimes that involves with actually starting to go into the production process and realizing it's either not cost effective or beyond our means, or just we're not ready for it.
Yeah.
But we're learning more and getting more efficient and better as we go. So, which is exciting, because if you were with us in the beginning and you're seeing where we're on now, where we are now, a lot has changed, and where we're going to be in 5 years, going to be even better.
Yeah. One of the things, if you guys know anything about running a business, you start out with very little money, and it's usually tight. You have slim margins, and you're just getting by. So you learn to use money very wisely if you're good at business. And sometimes it's intimidating. You look at people that are like rolling in it, and you're like, man, I want to be where they are. But what's good, and we're very, very fortunate to have this relationship. Scotty Johnson's a friend of ours, and he's a mentor pretty much. He'll give us his time and his honest thoughts about things. And one of the things that he thinks that we're doing well is we're keeping I don't know if it's the poor mentality, but it's the let's make sure
frugal.
Yeah, mentality. Frugal. We're making sure that everything that we do is exactly what's needed, and not too much more, not too much less. And we're making these plans. Whereas I guess it's tempting when you have a lot of money at your disposal to be a little bit more loose with it. And that could mean that there's loss going. You might have extra shipping charges that you're not really keeping an eye on, because you're just ordering things on express all the time to get them in, and you're not really looking at the charges. Those are the things that we're like really, really in tune with right now. And he said that's a good habit to have. So we take that and we're like, all right, good. Like, even though we want to be up here, we're slowly getting there, and we're doing the right things and steps to get there. And so that part's exciting, and we do appreciate.
We don't have time left. So
Oh wow, that was fast.
let's explain what's on the screen. Someone asked where they can get one of the displays.
Okay, so Walker, reach out to.
This is incomplete right now because Cigar Joe's in the house, but where is?
Oh, I gotta update that. I'm sorry, guys.
Yep.
I gotta get Southern Thunder up there. I gotta add SQ Sounds.
Well, this isn't international. This is I just hit the United States. So if you are in the U.S., I think in stock right now, maybe Sky High.
You could try Showtime and you could try Sky High. They just ordered them like Friday of last week, so I don't think that they've gone out yet.
Down for sound,
but you can reach it. No, we sold out. So
okay,
I'm almost positive that it's just Showtime and Sky High.
Okay, but they might not physically have them
yet.
Yeah, or available. You can message them, and
I would recommend messaging them.
Remy or whoever.
Remy or Rom from
Showtime,
and then from Sky High, either John Robbie or Johnny Schultz, or just email
or whoever
the
answers
general
their mailbox.
Yeah, the general mailbox,
right.
And they'll let you know what the status is and how you can get a hold of one.
Yeah. But if you want a whole conductor, I know we did ship some. I don't know what their status of inventory is. Down for Sound, Sky High, Showtime, and Audio Apex only had a few.
MR Audio had some too, right?
Yeah.
They had
he's not on this one.
Oh yeah.
So we do need an update, guys. But this is actually relatively
a new site is coming. I don't know if I told anybody, but like a new site is coming, so we're spending a lot of
work on.
Time
again,
on that.
Small team. We work on things at a slower pace than the big companies, but we're growing and learning as we go.
That is all true.
Yeah, but that's for the conductor. They have other things.
Yeah, Walker. Both of them, Sky High and Showtime, both ordered blue, so you can basically get one from either one of them. Where are you located? We are in Philadelphia, just outside of Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, United States. And we grew up not far from here, maybe a 20-minute drive. And we went to high school together.
Unfortunately,
Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yeah, I can add. I guess the Caribbean, or I can add Barbados there, or something like that. Yeah.
And this has to be updated.
Aw, yeah, it does.
So in Canada, who do we have?
In Canada, we have Jay Jones
at Car Audio Direct.
Car Audio Direct, yes.
And we did ship up some conductors to Jay Jones.
Yes.
So.
And they're burning through them, but I think they at least have a few.
All right. We got Living Loud with Andy. He's loving them solo X's, it looks like.
Yes. I was telling him at the show how I love his voice, like how he has like inflection and excitement in his voice.
Oh, you told him he has a face for radio? That's mean.
No, he has a face for the video, and
I'm kidding.
The face for the voice,
and a voice for
that a
photography.
Mother could love. Yes.
How come that's not a thing? It is now.
Because you're dumb.
But no, stupid. Good guy. Living Loud with Andy. He's active very much on his streams, and of course is a fan of Kicker. But why wouldn't you be? We have product in the Alma Gates Memorial Bronco, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
I was once a while ago a Kicker dealer, and that was fun.
Did you kick things in the face?
Yes. Voice for video.
You're very welcome, Andy. Oh, Charles Roach. Hi, Charles.
We got any other comments or anything to say before we go?
I think David said he loved us and he was just joking, and I think I knew that, but thank you for telling me anyway, because I probably was doubting whether or not you were serious. So yeah, I think we're good. We're at 11 views in 34 minutes. So let's strike while the iron's hot.
Strike the hot iron while it's in the fire.
And we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you guys are going to the Sky High Barbecue. We are not, but we're going to try to hit it in fall. So enjoy yourselves while you're there.
Be safe, have fun.
Yeah, and do cool things.
Enjoy
car
bass.
audio. Yeah, Bubba Bass. It is fun to joke around, David. Okay.
See you later. Bye.
I'll see you.